everyone, and happy Sunday. Without further ado, I'd like to say a big welcome to all of you again to the Today's Woman show here, where we support, we encourage, we uplift, we share, and we try to also inspire you about things that will make a difference in your life. My name is Michelle Attor, and it's a pleasure to have you here with me today. And of course, none of this would have been possible without the assistance and the support of GTP, who have a very special message for you. And it goes, your life matters. So take good care of yourself. Wash your hands under running water as often as you can. Wear your nose mask wherever you go out, even if you're within the family, as much as you can. Eat well, rest well to boost your immune system, and follow all the safety protocols by all officials. And this is brought to you by GTP, still timeless. Again, my name is Michelle Attor. I'd love to start your day with a positive note, with a spring in your step for the week. So for that, let's take a look at the inspiration for the day. We'll be right back.
Our word of inspiration. Believe that when you follow your heart or your gut, when you really follow the things that feel great to you, you can never lose, because settling is the worst feeling in the world.
I am super excited today because this inspiration that we just heard is quite dear to me, because, you know, as I said to you guys in the very beginning of the premiere, I'm going to be absolutely real, open, honest, and then sometimes I might be a little bit emotional. So I'll tell the producers to make sure to put some tissue on the table. But again, like I said, you know, you have to be honest with yourself and try as much as you can. You know, my little nuggets of advice to you: don't settle. You know, settling in your life for things that you feel are your best option is your worst option. So, you know, explore, evolve, and give yourself the benefit of the doubt if you feel that, you know, it's not something that you want to settle for. Your instinct is your best guide. And also, I always say that, you know, if you tap within and you pray to God and you ask for revelation and guidance and inspiration, trust me, God will send the right people, the right quotes, the right song, the right things to guide you along your path. So don't settle, girls. On Today's Woman, we promise to bring you stories from women across the country, and in some cases even across the continent, and if God permits, around the world, who can inspire you and motivate you to be your better self. Before we take a look at the lady on the move, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the break again. This is Today's Woman, and I have a very special message for you from GTP, Still Timeless, and this is what they would like to tell you. Your life matters. Everyone's life matters. So take good care of yourself. Wash your hands with soap under running water as often as you can. Wear your nose mask wherever you go. Eat well, rest well to boost your immune system, and follow all the protocols. This is by GTP, Still Timeless. Now, our woman on the move today is Deborah Doku Amwa. Now, this young lady, this beautiful young lady who has made she's made a niche for herself. She's carved a niche for herself in the skincare industry, or the skincare area. She didn't settle for less, like we said at the beginning of the show, because she's been through so much in her life which could have deterred her and probably even desisted her from carrying on in the corporate or the social entrepreneur or the entrepreneur sector. But she didn't stop there. So take a look at Deborah Doku Amwa's story, and her name of a company is Nubian. It's natural skincare for men and women. Take a look.
I am Deborah Doku Amwa, the CEO of Nubian Empire GH, and also a partner of the Man Cave GH. I've had a few businesses, not necessarily my business, but I've been in a few companies that were run by others, some government companies and some private companies. Being a woman working in such places, sometimes when you're beautiful, it becomes a curse. We used to face so many challenges, and I was a lone woman in the midst of men. And some of these challenges were so choking. Somewhere along the line, I decided to start my own business and then be my own boss, because I realized I had the expertise, I had the knowledge, and that I could do something on my own and succeed. I could have started in Kumasi, but I decided to move to Accra which is a wider city, which is the capital town of Ghana, where there are more opportunities and more chances. So I took a bold step and moved to Accra. I do have family in Accra, so it wasn't a decision that was going to be so much of a problem. So I moved here, and then I met my partner, who is also my partner in business, and together we put 1 and 2 together. He is coming from a background where it's quite different from the African setting. He's an Australian born and raised, but moved to Ghana 2 years ago. And together we decided to start something that would suit the African man and the African woman as a whole. But then together we decided to start the Man Cave, which is the mother company of all our companies. The Man Cave is a company that helps to groom men, helps men to groom themselves. We have beard butter, beard oils, we have aftershaves, anything that the gentleman needs to groom himself into a fine, handsome gentleman. We have perfumed oils, we have body oils, anything to talk about grooming. And then I realized that being a woman, we didn't have anything for women. So I gave up some of my shares in the Man Cave and then decided to start the Nubian Empire so that the African woman could also have something for herself. The Nubian Empire has been in operation for the past 3 months, and we are into the production of body butters for women and hair oils for women as well. We also sell female handbags. We are into female accessories, but our bags are imported anyway. It's not bags that are made in Ghana, but the hair oils, the body butter and everything is handmade by myself and my partner and our workers. Marketing on social media is quite difficult, I must say, but some way, somehow, I make it work because it comes down to being patient with the customer. It comes down to knowing what the customer wants and wanting to satisfy their needs. I believe the African woman is able and is strong-willed and can do anything that they set their minds and their hearts to do. Listening to my story, I had tried before and failed. And along the way, I met someone who equally became a support system. But that doesn't always have to be the case. My story may be different. Still, I started something anyway. But I would like to tell my fellow African women that if you have a passion and you would want to do something and you have the means to start, do not wait for tomorrow. The time to start is now. Along the way, you may get investors, you may get people who would want to support you in your business. Even if you don't, you are an abled woman and you can still do it. And at the end of the day, if one woman achieves success, it is to the glory of all African women.
Welcome back, and I'm sure once you saw that story, you must have been inspired, because that definitely inspired me. Now, I've always used natural products as much as I can. In most cases, shea butter, which we have an abundance of, is something that is really good for your skin. It moisturizes your skin, it has antioxidants, and it has all the goodness from Ghana. No wonder she called it Nubian, which obviously means gold, for which we're known for as well. So kudos to you for, not giving up in pursuing your passion, because from what I saw, you were sexually harassed and you were marginalized in your workplace, and you did not allow that to deter you. So guys, again, this is going to be filled with excitement and novel stories. Let's take a look at this lady who's also well known for doing something out of the ordinary. She saw a vision about quite a number of years ago. Let's take a look at Ira Abna Ajiman's story, and she is from Ghana. Let's take a look.
Prior to becoming an entrepreneur, she was a banker. Her work involved managing the bank's relationship with its small and medium-sized enterprises. She is currently focused on building a Ghana brand, a company she co-founded at 26, into a profitable and sustainable business. She has 6 years' experience leading the team as a CEO. Let's welcome Ira Abna Ajiman.
Welcome back, and I'm so excited to interview this lady that's actually here with me today, because the thing is, you know, when you stand for what you believe in, you're rewarded by it. So please help me welcome the lovely Irabna Ajiman. Come! Okay, so girl, come on. Hey, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. Oh, so, I need to know that. Give me that move. Do it again. The one that you should just do. You have another. Hey. We can't hug, but we can all go kiss. And I want to see a peep show just to kind of see. Okay, social distancing. Put it back on. Put it back on. You are so welcome to the show. I hate to say that you have to sit quite a distance away from me, but we're still not too far apart from each other. And guys, I have to catch my breath because I have the spank on, so the spank contains me and embraces me and prepares me for this lovely lady. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much.
I can see that. Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah,
I can see that you are wearing something that's very much in line with what you're wearing. Is it part of Wear Ghana?
It is.
It is.
It is.
And you're holding, is that a goodie for me?
It is.
Oh, guys, I get goodies on today's woman. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, thank you so much. Now, I must say that this has been disinfected, and I'm sure she's taken all the safety protocols that she needs to ensure that she's safe, you're safe, and I'm also safe. So I can see that you've got a little piece of fabric inside here as well. Can you take me through it?
That's the mask.
Okay.
So this is the Gigi regular shirt.
The which
Just
shirt?
like what? The collection is called Gigi, and this is a shirt from the collection.
Oh.
And this is a mask that you can wear, match your mask.
I am not going
fly.
to show too much of it just yet, but what I'll do is I will wear it in a couple of minutes after we have our great conversation, so you can all see what it looks like. But for the time being, you are so welcome.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Where have you been all these years? Because you started this in 2008, correct?
2013.
But you started visualizing in 2008, is that correct?
That's true.
All right, so take us through it.
You've done your homework.
Girl, I have to read about you. No, I'm joking.
That's actually true. So 2008 is when I come out of school.
Yes.
I'm having a little chat with a friend, and I say, you know what, I want to go into fashion. And he's like, I've never even seen you with a needle. And we laugh about it, but he takes it really seriously, orders some books from Amazon, brings the books in, and I don't even touch them until it's...
You didn't touch the books?
I didn't even touch the books.
Those are the type of books that kind of accumulated dust, and
it had.
They've been there, like they've been support systems for things that you put on top of.
I tell you.
So you had the books. So the books kind of was the kickstart
the books was
of
like
the inception of Wear Ghana.
Exactly. The books was like someone took my dream seriously. And I go ahead and promise him, I'm going to make you the first shirt I make. And again, I don't do anything about it until it's like 2 days to his birthday. But to cut a long story short, this is how it starts.
Don't cut it short, honey, because I want to know everything through the journey, because there's a couple of things that I saw that I read about you that you said that kind of really grabbed my attention. You said that God sent you signposts along the way throughout the journey of your growth of Wear Ghana. And at some point, you had a jolt of reality that woke you up. So that is the beginning. The books was the beginning. And then what else?
The books was part of the beginning. So I leave from Tech, which is where I went to. Shout out to everyone from Tech.
You can shout out real quick.
We are the best.
KNUST!
Yes, we are the best. So I leave Tech. I do my national service with New York University Study Abroad site here. Once again, that's another sign along the way.
Another signpost in the journey.
Yeah. And I realized just how crazy the international students are about our African prints.
They are.
At the time, I didn't even own anything that had been made here. So that's sort of, and this is around the time when Friday Wear had become a thing.
Yes.
So then I started designing my own things, taking it to work. Another signpost, one day my sister goes out and says, my sister is a designer. I'm like, I'm not. That's a new one. But then I leave to go and work with a bank for 4 years. And sometime, must have been right when I joined the bank, but I had written in one of my work diaries, I must have been sitting with a client pretending to be making notes.
Do you know what? Like I can also affirm that, and I encourage people as much as they can to speak it into manifestation and visualize what you want to achieve. You know, the fact that you set for yourself at the beginning that you had signposts that were guidelines, you know, in the journey, though you had milestones, that alone is a great way to project your thought. So Ghana, I mean, the government had, the Ministry of Tourism had, you know, announced that the Wear Ghana, Friday was a Wear Ghana initiative, and we all had to wear, eat, explore Ghana. Did you, of course, the name Wear Ghana is quite simple, but where did the inspiration really, because I mean, sometimes it's like the obvious doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really come across until you're like, oh wait, why do I have to think that far when it's right in my face?
Exactly.
So how did you come up with the name Wear Ghana?
So back in 2013, it wasn't yet the thing that we say Wear Ghana. This is how the name came about. So one of my brothers and I, who is now head of our marketing team, Ajiman, and I are thinking through, okay, what can we do with the Ghana fashion industry and all of that? Should we have an event? What would we call such an event where we bring together corporate Ghana, the textile companies, young up-and-coming corporate people. And there's another brother. I come from a really big family, which is like my life's biggest asset.
And they're always your best critics as well. I mean, your mother is a single parent.
She is, and there's 9 of us.
And that's amazing. So 9 of you. And how many of you are girls and how many of you are boys?
So it's 5 girls and 4 boys.
Okay, so it's a nice balance.
It is a nice balance.
Okay.
So going back to the story.
Yes.
So this other brother is strumming on his guitar as though he's not listening to us. And we are going through the process of, oh, we need a name. We are thinking Friday Fashionista something. And he's just absent-mindedly strumming. He says, just call it Wear Ghana. I'm like, ooh, that's the name. But this name was supposed to be for the event.
Yes.
So then I go to work in the bank. Along the way, I start making things for my colleagues. And I'm like, this name Wear Ghana, I'm going to register it. I think it must be around that time when I wrote in my work diary that if I ever left the bank, I was going to go into Wear Ghana full-time.
Right.
I forget about it because I forget about things. And
you don't forget. It's your subconscious.
Right.
It comes. It would. Your signpost will remind you. Your signpost would definitely remind you. So this was how many years ago? Because this was 2013 when you actually launched it.
Yeah. So this must have been 2011, 2012.
So this is before the actual revelation of Wear Ghana.
This is before. So then registered the name. 2013. I applied to join a bigger bank. I go for the interview. I am called back to come for my contract. The money is nice. It's actually going to be like ×3 of what I'm taking at the time. But as I'm holding the contract, I realize there's supposed to be some joy that I'm getting from all of this money that's really not there.
Yes.
So I go back home and I talk to, no, even before I get home, we're driving through, so the company driver is taking me home and not home, somewhere along the line.
Another signpost. Another signpost.
Then we drive past the African Regions Hotel, and they are always going to be part of the Wear Ghana story. Because what they had done at the time was to give young entrepreneurs like myself the opportunity to launch in their premises. So they're doing pop-up shops. So they're driving past. I'm like, wait, let me go inside and check. And I go in and I ask, okay, if I wanted to do a pop-up or something like that, what would it take? And they were so welcoming. That's another signpost. I go home. I'm telling this same brother who had been planning the fashion thing
or
with,
the fashion show,
thing with. And I say, well, I picked the contract up and it looks good. Here it is. And I'm like, but I'm not going. I'm going to start Wear Ghana right now. And he looks at me like really intensely, like, and he says, let's do it. And that's it. So here we are, 6 years down the line.
So 6 years down the line, you've had signposts, I think there are about 6 or 12 signposts that have kind of, you know, thrown themselves at you throughout the journey of growth. Do you think that you've arrived at your destination?
Oh, we are not there.
You're not at your destination. Why would you say that you're not at your destination?
I'll tell you what. So, Michelle, what we are trying to do is to build a global brand.
Okay.
Build it from here in Africa. But have a brand that the world is crazy about. We want to clothe all of Africa. We want to clothe everyone who identifies with African ideals. We want to build a company that outlives us. Myself, I have a business partner. That was also a huge signpost. Let me just talk about her. Her name is Angoko. So just around the time when I'm resigning from the bank, she is also resigning from one of the telcos.
Okay.
She just gets her bag, leaves, goes to fashion school. And at the time when we are launching Wear Ghana, she's done. And this is my best friend. So we're like, hey, let's do this together. So huge signpost. And for 4 years, we worked out of her home. So we've come from these backgrounds where we could have risen up the corporate ladder. If we've come out to do entrepreneurship, we mean business. Like we want to build a fashion brand that can sit side by side companies like MTN, you know, global companies. So we are not there, but we are well on our way.
So you said that that was another signpost. Your colleague that you currently have with you, is she still with the business?
Yeah.
So when you say that your vision is to take the brand beyond the shores of Ghana and potentially even globally, don't you think that you've already done that? I mean, you have a website, for instance, you have a YouTube channel, you have information that should be able to sort of, you know, give you that launch pad to take it even further. So what have you done from a marketing perspective? Because I'm a marketing consultant and I'm thinking right now, as you're speaking, I'm thinking about all the things that you could do PR-wise. This alone is a launch pad for you because this goes across across the airwaves. Why do you think that you haven't reached there yet? Why do you think that, you know, you are not there yet? Because I feel like Wear Ghana is a strong name, number one. It's a very innovative way of creating a fusion, a marriage of fabric and cultural fabric as well. And it's totally hip and trendy. And I don't see why you should think that you haven't gotten there yet.
I'll say it again. It's like I'm going here and I am here. But this is where I'm on the right path. So every year, for example, we are looking at our revenue projections.
Okay.
Because we want
so we're
to
getting into it.
Exactly.
Okay. So do you think that the deterrence, the fact that you haven't seen it hasn't grown monetarily in terms of
not just that.
returns?
Not just that.
What about
I think for us, the biggest measure is if you want to clothe Africa, you walk out, Africa should be wearing your products. Ghana wears our products. I walk into the mall, for example, no one has to know that I'm behind the brand. And I see maybe 5, 6, 7. Ghana wears Ghana. We know we have clothed Ghana. We want to take it to Africa. You were asking what have we done, for example. So we've started doing our marketing. We've done Zambia. Coming.
I wanted to ask because, you know, along the journey, you've mentioned a lot of the highlights that kind of gave you inspiration and gave you a light bulb, you know, sort of moments to take that decision. But you didn't mention the pitfalls and the failures that you went through. I mean, in my case, and I always use myself as a reference, because I want to be able to encourage everyone that's watching and even yourself along the way in another step in your journey, that, you know, whatever mistakes that you have made along the way have enabled you to learn better and to apply those lessons to be able to not repeat them and, you know, expand and evolve and scale up from that point on. I feel that you really have a very strong product.
Thank you.
I think that the name itself is strong enough to, you know, run a PR hashtag campaign. Because I'll tell you something, and this is not because you're here. I'll be very honest with you. When I was, you know, my office is within proximity. I'm not going to mention exactly where, but I was coming down the lift, and it was a Friday or a Thursday, and there were a couple of people wearing branded T-shirts like this. I did a double take. I don't usually do a double take.
Thank you.
I did a double take. I was like, wait, that's very innovative.
Different,
And I saw the tag, and I was trying really hard to take a picture, and I thought, you know what, stop and just ask the person, where did the person get it from? And the person proudly said,
Wear Ghana.
Wear Ghana.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. That's
so
a nice
that was,
thing to
I think that is absolutely encouraging.
Thank you.
For you to have that many people, you know, speak it into confidence and pride, because, you know, I think that it's also set a momentum of, you know, a movement of young millennials and even, you know, within our generation, my generation, who feel that, you know, we're proud to be Ghanaian. We're proud to be from a particular region within Ghana. What are some of the things that you remember in as much as your journey of success that you would say to someone, you will encounter this along the way? What are some of the pitfalls?
Wow. I think that the first thing anyone considering entrepreneurship or building anything really has to do is the why. Why? Like, why am I even doing this? Exactly.
The purpose.
Because if your purpose isn't clear to you, and if your purpose isn't bigger than you, the obstacles come and there's no bigger reason to continue. And there will be many, Michelle. Like, many obstacles. We've lost in a day all our tailors when we
Yes.
had orders.
Yes.
You wake up
Yes.
one day, you have orders waiting, you open your shop up, you are feeding, you are housing your tailors, and
Yes.
they've left.
Yes.
Like they've done.
I've had that happen. I've had that. It's like so they come together. It's like they form an alliance to let you down because
Yeah.
sometimes it's the pull me down syndrome, which again, guys, we
guess.
Ghanaians sometimes do not like to encourage ourselves. And so if you see somebody, being an inspiration to you rather than backing out and pulling out, why don't you try and learn some more so that you
Yeah.
can also potentially build your
Yeah.
own empire as well. I read somewhere that you said that one of your aspirations, one of your vision is to clothe some very high-profile women in society, from Oprah Winfrey
Absolutely.
to Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Who else did you actually visualize seeing wear Ghana?
You?
Girl,
You?
girl.
No, but the thing really...
I'm humbled.
Yes.
I'm actually humbled.
No, but this, first of all, this is a big moment. I didn't grow up watching television. That
Yes.
wasn't my mother's idea of raising a child. But even me, I heard about Michelle Atto.
Oh,
And I had to go
wow.
and sneak and look at who Michelle Atto is.
Oh,
the
wow.
beauty
This has
Michelle
never
Atto.
happened on the show where the spotlight is actually on me.
No. So yeah, this is a big moment for us. We are very happy to see you wearing even the mask, and then I can't wait to see this. But we want to clothe everyone
Yes.
who prides themselves in being African. Or even if you're not African and you identify with African ideals, we want to clothe you. We want to clothe everyone who is going places, everyone. So there are lots of people achieving so many great things here.
Yes.
Each and every one of those achievers, we want to be on them.
Yes,
We
yes.
want them to wear Ghana.
So I always ask some of my guests, what, from your perspective, I mean, we're all women, we all have different opinions about, and even though there's a common thread that binds us all, we all have our anchors that keep us centered and keep us, in strength. What do you think is a woman's greatest asset, a woman's greatest strength? For me, I'll say again, for me, it is her ability to multitask and still be emotionally present, because for a woman, it's very difficult to. We are emotional beings. So a lot of everything that we do, from our work to our children and interactions, there's emotional output. But in spite of the fact that we're having to give out so much to every aspect of our life, we're still very centered.
Yeah.
What do you think, from your perspective, is a woman's strength, apart from, what I've just mentioned?
Which is very close to what I think. I think that we give, so there's this power that sits in us.
Yes.
And I don't know if the men have it. I've never been a man, so I'm talking for women.
Wait, what did you just say?
There's this
Did you just
power.
say you've never been a man?
I've never been a man, so I'm just speaking for
That
the
is
woman.
classic. I love that. I love it.
So there's this power that even when a woman is feeling weak
Yes.
and down, you sort of know of its existence.
Yes.
And I think a woman's greatest power is to intentionally
Yes,
harness this
yes,
power
yes.
and go within and reach and bring it out.
Do you think that women actually do that innately, or they do that is it something that we know without thinking, or we do it with thinking?
That's a tough one. I think there are moments.
There are moments,
if
aren't
we
there?
look, yeah, if we cast our minds back across our lives, you realize that was something. What if daily I was getting in touch with this power? What could I become? I think that the thing that we don't do is to allow ourselves, because we have all these inhibitions,
Yes.
and I'll be seen as being too much,
Yes.
and being too strong and too powerful.
Yes.
And so sometimes it's almost like we are taming it.
Yes, I
But
totally
if we
agree
give
with that.
ourselves permission to really go deep and harness this internal force that we have, I think we are unstoppable.
You are on a different level. Abna, you are on a different level. And I would love to have you back for one of my sessions where we'll
Thank
demonstrate
you.
something to do with, sort of wellness, mental, emotional wellness, because I feel like there's so much more that you have to offer I mean, apart from obviously, you know, the clothing line Wear Ghana, and the inspiration that you're giving all these women from all walks of life and all ages, you have a lot in store. I want to tap into that.
Thank you.
I mean it.
But wellness is a huge thing
massive.
for me. Wellness goes beyond being physically fit, which is usually what we hold it at.
Yes.
But wellness is coming to terms with who you are, why you came here, and it gives you such a calmness, and it's like you are not scared, you know.
I think that people have a misconception about the word wellness, and that's what we would love to do here, where we educate, we showcase, we inspire, and we demonstrate some of these very basic words that mean these words that may be very basic but may be very complex for you. It's been such a pleasure.
It has been
having
a pleasure talking to you.
Having this chat.
Same here.
We're not done, so don't think that you're going to run off, because the second part that we're about to go into, I would love to show you what I look like in my Wear Ghana t-shirt. And Abna here with me for us to demonstrate a couple of things that will be really, really handy for you. So don't go away. We'll be right back after the break.
Our host, stylishly glammed up by First Choice Beauty, Nadi's Collection, CVL Beauty, AM Fashion,
Pistis Ghana.
And welcome back to this segment, which is the really trendy and exciting segment. But before I even proceed to that segment, I have a message for you from GTP Still Timeless. And they say, your life matters and everyone's life matters. So take good care of yourself. Wash your hands with soap under running water as often as you can. Wear your nose mask whenever you go out. Eat well to boost your immune system, and stay positive and exercise. And this is brought to you by GTP Still Timeless. Now, ladies, have you ever wondered, you know, what to wear around this season? And we all know that we're in the rainy season right now here in Ghana, where it's, you know, it's wet, and sometimes your hair gets wet and your clothes get soggy, and sometimes you just don't know what to wear around these times during the course of the month. So this particular segment we're just about to go into would show you little tips and bits and trendy bits about what to wear during the rainy season. So take a look.
Today on Trendy Woman, keep your spirits high and your outfits dry during even the gloomiest of days with these super cute rainy day outfit ideas. 1. Brighten your all-black outfit. All black outfits are so slimming. Balance the silhouette with an oversized blazer for added dimension. 2. Make your puffer a statement. For days that blow hot and cold, wear multiple thin layers so you can peel them off at will. 3. Match cozy with colorful. As always, with colorful looks, pick a statement layer like this rainbow peacoat and match it with more subdued colors. 4. Pair boots with a dress. Your dress can look great with a pair of boots to complement. The combat boots, a tomboy twist, is stylish.
Welcome back from the Trendy Woman segment. I'm sure you've learned a lot about what to wear during the, these rainy seasons. And sometimes you can pack some of your things like, some of our grandmothers used to do, which is still very relevant, in your handbag and maybe say your carry bag, your laptop bag to work. But without further ado, the lady that created this beautiful ensemble of fabric, local fabric, and this amazing, really soft and ready to wear, very easy to wear, quite frankly, during the rainy season, the normal season in our country here in Ghana. And I say our country here in Ghana because this is going across the world. Welcome, Irabna, back on stage here with me. Haha! I see that. Let me guess. It's a dangaroo.
It is.
Research, Google it, or Siri. Hey Siri. Nowadays it's amazing. Like nowadays, you have to just take your phone and say, "Hey Siri," and then she responds, "Oh hey Google." I hate that "Hey Google" thing. Just go into a regular book and go and read about it. So dangaroo, turn around for me. Let me see it. Is this the latest Wear Ghana creation?
This has been around for some time.
Okay.
Now what I'm going to do with you in this segment
Yes.
is to show the different ways that you can wear like the top you're wearing.
Yes.
So while we were seated, this is the exact same top I was wearing.
Oh, is it?
It is.
But
It's
doesn't
just
it
that
look
I had
different?
It's just that I had another top on the inside with a little bow.
Oh, the fruit.
I've
the
taken-
fruit. Don't quote me, please. Sometimes.
So I'm taking that off.
Yes.
And now I have the top just like
Okay.
you have it on, and
Okay.
like threw this on, and it's
Okay.
a different look.
Oh,
Point
nice.
being that with this one top, you can look 1,000 ways.
Yes, and
Yeah.
besides, it's nice to kind of, like I always say, like you make the best of what you have. You can always
Exactly.
mix and
Yes.
match. This versatile option that you're showing me right now. So earlier, girl, you need to, should we give them a 12? No, on 3. On 1, 2, 3. La. All right, so
Yeah,
I can see you're wearing long sleeves
I am.
over your polo.
My
Do you call
gigi.
this a polo, a jersey, or a t-shirt?
We call it a gigi shirt.
Oh yes,
Like it's
she
in a
did
class
say
all
that.
by itself.
She did say that. So this is a iteration,
Exactly.
a repeat of the fact that this is called a gigi. This is a gigi. I would have said gigi, but
It's fine. It's fine.
I love it. Okay, so I'm now this creative mind of yours. Like I've told some of my guests as well, I'm a very creative person. So we
Okay.
creatives, we're not the normal genre.
Right.
Right? We tap into different things, and I'm saying different things such as music, art, those are the things that entertain us. For instance, with me, I listen to a lot of soul sister music.
Right.
The Jill Scotts,
Okay.
the Erykah Badu's,
Okay.
the India Rees.
Okay.
What do you listen to?
Everything. I listen to everything.
Everything. So
Like,
you got
yeah,
a very easy ear.
So yeah, I've got a very easy ear, but I'm very particular about lyrics.
Okay.
Because you know how you're listening to a song that's singing about sadness, and before you know it, you're sad.
Yes.
So like the lyrics have to be uplifting
Yes.
and positive. But yeah, I do a lot of gospel. I love Ghanaian music.
Yes.
I love all the African music. Yeah, I'd listen to almost anything.
So what else do you do to
I dance.
de-stress?
Like I dance like I'm crazy. It takes me a while to start dancing.
I'm
because
dancing to
when
get
I
rid of
start,
my wobble. So
because when I start, it's like a different personality. It's
okay,
like,
so
that's-
she has an alter ego. She has an alter ego. I think we all have alter egos. I think everybody has an alter ego
I
that
guess.
we suppress. And again, this show is to allow anyone who has felt that you've been suppressed and you have been told that you cannot, you should not. Of course, you have to listen to advice. Please liberate yourself, emancipate yourself
From mental
I was about,
slavery.
Hey, I was going to go into Bob Marley right now, but she finished it.
Yeah.
So you love dancing?
I do.
Okay,
I
give me a
love
couple
dancing.
of steps.
Oh, Michelle.
Give me a couple,
I have
come
to work
on.
my
So
way.
you see,
but
if-
this is the easiest. This is like what I can do when it's like you're saying the shaku. You know the shaku. You know, like, hey.
I don't even know when the music is playing, but I know that I mean, even heels, I can still rock it.
Yeah.
Give me 3 things to take away that people should use as an inspiration, and please speak to my camera for me.
Wow. First of all,
Yes.
know the purpose, know the reason for which you are on the journey,
Yep.
and always keep it close. So write it down, have it in a place where you can always go back to it, because you will have to go back to it
Yes,
because
you
the
would.
problems will come, right? And then I think that especially as Africans, this generation, it's our time to go global.
Yes.
Like enough of the tabletop, I'm doing some very small business. The world is at our fingertips.
It
It's
is.
really Africa's time.
Yes.
Anything will sell.
Africa Rising
Anything.
began 2000,
Yeah.
in the 2000s.
Yeah.
That's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so this is really, like you were saying,
Exactly.
this is our
So
time.
this is our time. So if you're listening, no matter what it is that you were called here to do, so
Yes.
it doesn't have to be entrepreneurship. Whatever you are doing, like think global and blow.
Yes.
Just go.
Don't have a limited mindset.
Just go. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
have a limited mindset.
Yeah.
And she said at the beginning, look out for the signposts, because some of
Please
these
do.
signposts, we kind of ignore them. We don't
Yeah.
listen, like you said earlier, you don't listen to your inner voice. You don't rely on, you don't rely on God for guidance. Look out for the signposts along the way. I don't know if
Yeah.
you would like to definitely add that, but I took inspiration from you about that. Look out for the things that, are guiding you throughout your journey.
Right.
Have a purpose, and And don't think small.
Yeah, and
Don't
then
think small.
the very last one would
Yes.
be start with what you have.
Yes.
For 4 years, we worked from a garage, and we were, Boris Kujol wore our outfits
Whoa.
while we were working from a garage. Start with what you have.
I think, you know,
That's it.
just to kind of add to what you're saying, we all have these expectations sometimes that you have to be, but I say be to have.
have,
and I'll
absolutely,
explain
yeah.
why. You know, be present, be consistent, be purposeful, and then you will have the things that you desire,
Yeah.
because you've got to step, you know, take the first step. Otherwise, you'll say, I don't have the money, I don't have the big building, I don't have all the customers. Those are
Yeah,
limitations.
yeah.
So this is an inspiration. So if this is not inspiration, I don't know what is. So come
Thank
on,
you
guys,
so
like, get
much.
yourselves inspired and start at some point. Look out for the goalpost, and definitely pray along the way, because it does help a lot. It's been a pleasure. Let's give
been
them one
wonderful.
last twirl.
You twirl so nicely.
I've been practicing for this moment, trust me. It's so nice to have
Yes.
you. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to go out there and mask up so people don't really... There's a lot going on here. But I will show you what it looks like before we leave. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming. It was
so
such a
much.
pleasure
Thank
having
you
you.
so much.
And stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back to DIYs with Akuvia Jabs. In this video, I am going to teach you how to make this hair bonnet with GTP. The first thing you need to do in this DIY is to place your fabric on the table, fold it into 2 equal halves, then fold again. Use your pinking shears to cut out a circular pattern. After cutting your circular pattern, you fold 1 inch from the edge of the fabric and sew a basting stitch. Sew your basting stitch all around the fabric and leave a little room where you pass your elastic band. The next step after sewing your circular pattern is to pick your elastic thread, cut about 10 inches. So take your safety pin and pin your elastic band onto it and pass it through the hole you've created. While passing your elastic band through the hole, hold the end of your elastic band firmly so it doesn't sneak into the hole. Keep passing your elastic band through until you get to the other end of the hole. Stick both sides of the elastic band together. Adjust the ruffles around your bonnet. Now this is one giant bonnet made from GTP rings. This is a perfect bonnet for all naturalistas because it's made from GTP. Thank you so much for watching my video and see you in the next one.
Today's woman is supported by Casa Tresako, Electroland Ghana Limited, Chemo Home Limited.
Welcome back from the break, and again I have to emphasize that I cannot stress this enough, that we're not in normal times, and so GTP has a message for all of you, including myself, which is why I have my face mask here with me. And the message says, your life matters, so take good care of yourself. Wash your hands with soap and running water as often as you can. Wear your nose mask whenever you go out. Eat well, rest well to boost your immune system, and follow all other protocols. And this is brought to you by GTP Still Timeless. And of course, I must not forget that this entire set was designed and put together by Loft 75 Decor. Before we go on to the next segment of the show, which is the Home and Wellness, where we learn about wellness in the home, in the office, your own fitness. Now, this particular segment speaks about how we can conserve energy at home. Most of us, take a lot of things for granted, and I'm one to say that sometimes I forget to put light switches off, to put the main switches on the walls off. So this particular segment teaches us a bit more than what we already know on how to conserve energy at home. Let's take a look at Home and Wellness.
Home and Wellness is brought to you by First National Bank and Feedtrip.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Home and Wellness segment, where today in particular we'll be focusing on power conservation. Now, we all use power in our households, but our electricity bills are really high. So there are things that we can share and we can show you as to how you can minimize your power consumption through your electrical appliances, through your entertainment features in your household, to your ACs, your lights, everything. Come and take a look and see how I conserve energy. Come. So this is my favorite gadgets in the household. I did say that everyone that has gadgets in the household, this is my favorite. And I know that it's one device that brings, coolness in our household, but it's the one device that consumes the highest amount of power. Now, on the remote control on your AC remote, you have these regulators here that show you the temperature control. In our climate, which is a tropic climate, you ideally would like to keep the temperature at 21 degrees. So normally, the lower the temperature, as in the lower the number, the colder it is, and the higher the number, the moderate it is. I would not like to say this, but I usually go for 16 degrees Celsius. Don't do it, because that will make that you'll be spending a lot of money on your power. Ideally, use 21. But I love the cold. I can stand in this position for the entire session of the show. Oh yeah, and by all means, one of the things that also we forget to turn off is our TV. That way, you don't leave your power running. These little things, from TV to your AC, I'll show you the rest, they all add up. Come, let's take a look at the rest of the stuff. And for some of us who need to keep warming our food because we are trendy women and we are on the go. Ooh, this is hot, so hot. This is how much power is being used by your microwave. Don't forget to turn the switch off, because these little things, they definitely add up. It's time to chop chop. Take a picture. Strike a pose. Take a picture. Listen guys, one of the things that we take for granted is the fact that we're constantly charging our phones in fear of running out of battery life for selfies, for moments that we want to capture along the day, along the way. But remember that, quite frankly, if your battery has gotten to a certain point and the green light shows it, or in some cases you have the bars that shows how much battery consumption you have, you don't need to keep on charging. Take it out. And don't forget to turn off the switch. The more switches you turn off, the more power you preserve and less power spent. At the end of the month, your bill is reduced. See you guys soon.
Home and Wellness was brought to you by First National Bank and Feedtrip.
I'm sure you had a wonderful, happy Sunday like I did, obviously. Now, you saw me changing twice again. For some of you that came in between, it's because we had a lovely guest from Wear Ghana who came to give me my very personalized face mask and my polo. And I'm going to go for that dangaroo that I actually saw and just enjoy each day as it comes. So for all my guests and for all of you at home that watched me today, I'm looking forward to seeing you again next Sunday. Let me know what you think about what you saw today. You can follow me on Michelle Atto on my Instagram and all my social media feeds, and obviously on TV3 as well. If you liked what you saw and you want to hear more stories and have more guests on the show, talk to us. We're very approachable. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.